Back, everyone. Sorry we're starting a little bit late tonight, but life happened with several people. So we are continuing our adventures in the Traveler universe with our team of young, currently bounty hunters as they pursue a dangerous war criminal fugitive. Last time they got into some shenanigans and they got some intel they needed. They shoved that intel into a random PO box. One of them was injured and in the hospital and had to recover. And rather than doing normal recaps, what we're going to do today is going to be story time. You're going to have Ronan tell the story of what happened to Marcus while he was in the hospital. And then we're going to have Kizik tell the story of how Bralex got the tablet that he shoved into the random PO box out so that he could decipher it to get all the vital intelligence that he as a player has been given that he has to give the rest of the party. And he can't give the rest of the party that information until he tells the story of how he got that information off that tablet that's shoved into that PO box. We're going to start with Ronan and Marcus's story.
Alrighty. So Marcus, from 2 episodes ago, got beat up pretty badly while fighting with the guys on the bridge, and poisoned, and got taken to the hospital. But that first part's pretty fuzzy because that his body fighting off that poison was pretty difficult for him. Remembers coming in and out of consciousness, and something with his parents watching over him, and vaguely remembers Bralax being there and being super worried, but kind of got this weird feeling that something was going on. And so when he finally came out of his drug-induced surgery, anesthesia, whatever words you want to use for it, he woke up in a shock because all he could think of was his little buddy Bralax being this crazy murder dude, and he was super worried that Bralex had gone crazy. So as soon as they released him from the hospital, he came back to the apartment as fast as possible. His parents were super worried, but he left them to get back to the apartment to find Bralex before he did something stupid. But when he got back to the apartment, no one was there. And so as he's trying to figure out where everybody was, he realized, I don't have a phone, so I can't call him because for some reason I still haven't gone and bought a phone yet. So in his worry and confusion and whatnot in the apartment, he ended up getting real bored because he didn't know what was going on, and ended up hooking up a practical joke of sorts in the kitty's room. So when Hallier comes and opens up his bathroom there from his size, he's going to get sprayed with water because it's funny. And I had nothing better to do while sitting alone in the apartment. And so Marcus is currently hanging out at the apartment trying to be kind of worried and keep himself entertained.
Okay. Mr. Kizik, how does Bralax recover said tablet and get the information off of it that I've delivered to your Discord?
So Bralex made it back. He was howled as he was doing his reconnaissance, and he's doing very well. He's got a new stunner in hand, and is looking around. We're riding back in a taxi back to the apartment. We're just going to say that Marcus wasn't there. I don't know if he went out for coffee when we came back, but everyone's exhausted because it's way late in the night. We just killed a couple of people. They're sitting on top of the things. They're like, all right, let's go to sleep. And Bralex, just having lied and hacked into a computer cam is just still wired from trying to find the cohesion of not being too disruptive, because you wouldn't want to be disruptive if a WAP, and trying to learn how to be in this group of bounty hunters. And he can't stop thinking about getting into that tablet. So he goes out, he emails one of those junk rats. Nope, that's not the one. They're
Trade rats.
Trade rats. And he says, hey, I need some software. I need a better computer than this little tablet. And the trade rat's like, oh, I don't know about that. But eventually, actually, I don't know how much money he has and how, if a trade rat would trade him like just the resources. No, Relics is wired and trying to figure things out. So he walks back over, or not walks. Yeah, he walks back. He's not thinking all the way through. He's real cold, but he walks all the way back. He gets the tablet out of the P.O. box. He brings the tablet to a trade rat, and he's like, hey, trade rat, this tablet's a like relatively nice tablet. If you can give me the contents of this tablet, I'll trade you this tablet for the contents of the stuff that's on the tablet.
And that successfully happens.
And then he goes back into his room. He goes to go to sleep, but then he realizes he's got a chip with all of this information on it. And he's getting smarter about not sleeping. So he just thinks real hard about it as he's going to sleep. And then, like he's tapping his tablet in his sleep like he thinks he's drifted back off to sleep.
So what you're saying is he's going to get up in the morning and work on this info.
Immediately, as soon as he's woken up, he's looking at info.
Okay. The proverbial rooster crows. It is the next morning. Everyone's in the apartment after the shenanigans of the night before. Go.
Guys, I broke into that tablet. I didn't break into the tablet. I used a trade rat, and the trade rat broke into the tablet, and he took the tablet, and I now have all the information that was on the tablet. So I'm going to start going through all of this information now. Is that okay with you guys? Also, oh my goodness, it's Marcus.
Oh, calm down.
Are you okay? I'm perfectly fine. I'm here, and you're here, and are you okay?
I am okay. I'm worried about you. Or you seem very agitated, more than normal.
Oh my goodness, there's so many things that have happened, Marcus. I was green. Can you believe it? If you take this drug and it'll turn you green, well, probably not you. That's just me. But
you were taking drugs?
I was green. I was lying to people. My name was Hal. Handyman, not like a handyman, but handyman, because that's a real human name. And I put it, and he's got a P.O. box in the slums, and he has a tablet in there that we took off of a dead body. We killed 2 people last night. This morning. What? Yeah, they were Greyjacks, and your dad said that they needed to suffer so that they couldn't hurt anybody like you anymore. And you were like almost dead, and you were in a hospital, and they lured them down a dark alley and just slit their throats. It was really cool. And I hacked into a camera, and we walked around, and they had a shelf that had guns on it. Oh, and I've got a stunner.
Oh, wow.
But most importantly, I've got a bunch of emails I need to go through so that I can give you guys some clues, probably. And then we can figure out how to get the bounty so that we can get paid and hopefully nobody else gets hurt again. Are you feeling okay?
I'm feeling fine. Definitely a little bit worried about you guys at the moment, though. But is everybody else still here and okay?
Hey, what's all the racket out here, guy? Oh, hey, it's good to see you up and walking around there. You doing okay?
Yeah, I'm doing fine. Brelix has got me a little worried. Like something about you guys like killing some people and guns and stunners and tablets, and like I feel like I missed out a bunch. I thought we were bringing, like, we asked some guys some questions. We got jumped on a bridge and then I was in the hospital. Like I feel like I'm missing something, but not really.
Yeah. No, a lot of stuff happened. Yeah, a lot of things did happen yesterday. It was a long, long day. I had to burn a set of clothes. I had blood everywhere. It was pretty bad, and getting questioned by cops, and it was it was a day. It was really nice to come home, take a shower, and take some take a nap. But ultimately, glad to see you're up and around, walking around.
Thanks.
I was an advocate for both of my compatriots who were not formally charged with murder, but were questioned as potential suspects of murder. But it was self-defense, and we knew it was self-defense the whole time.
Yeah, he's definitely getting better at this whole advocate thing, and taking care of us. We had to get another guy out there to kind of help us out too. He didn't really help too much, other than just giving some advice, but to Bralex. But yeah,
Okay. Oh, where's Hallier? Is he?
Yeah, we should check on him. He does like to sleep in.
You've heard a loud snarl, a yelp, a lot of banging and thumping around, and then silence for a little too long. Like a concerning amount of time. It has been very quiet. And then Hylar comes out.
What's going on?
Stoically, he says nothing. He just goes and sits down and pours himself some Mice Bites cereal. Specifically designed for, cats. I'm a little wet in my face, but I'm not saying nothing. And I look at everybody. I don't know who did it, so I'm squinting my eyes. Who had time? I look over at Brelix. It is a shared bathroom. He is a little hyper. He also has been lying recently, which may change his entire personality for the worse. I might think it's Bralix. But then I look over at Tubbs. Tubbs and I, we look eye to eye. I don't know if it's him, but I squinty eyes at him too. I'm gonna find out who did it, but I'm not gonna say anything right now.
Good morning.
What's on the agenda for today?
Apparently murdering people in the streets and lying and doing drugs and...
Yeah, you're gone for 48 hours, and I bring the worst influences down on everybody.
Wow. I mean, can't be the worst. You guys are all still alive. And nobody's kicked the door in yet this morning, so...
I was thinking about those bodies last night, and we should probably hide them. I mean, they're my fault completely, so I should go and take care of that.
What do you mean hide them? Like, you didn't...
Well, I mean, they're in the slums. They're sitting on top of somebody's house. You know, those sea containers, the container ship things that everybody's making apartments out of. I put them on top of one of those to kind of like keep it out of the way. But yeah, we should probably go and take care of that. They're definitely going to get found out there.
Then why would we go take care of them?
Well, we don't want bodies pinned on us.
How long have they been out there?
I look at my non-existent watch. 7, 8 hours? No, 9.
I feel like who were they? Greyjacks, I think Brelix said?
Yeah, they were definitely Greyjacks. They were guarding this place that Brelix broke in. Well, he infiltrated. He put on a disguise, turned himself green, turned into Hal Handyman, and infiltrated the ARI meeting. That's the Arulian
Revitalization.
Yeah, initiative, right.
were they out like? Maybe I don't want to know the answer to this, but like they were out like patrolling. Why'd you have to kill them?
Well, the where they had the ARI meeting, they also had this place in the back that had, like rations and other kind of supplies, but they also had ammunition, like high-powered military-style ammo. So I think they've got guards for that kind of stuff.
I mean, they are mercenaries.
I mean, that's true.
So you killed the guards?
Well, I meant to not kill them. I meant to hit them with the stun part of my... Hey, check this out. I pull my sword out. I got a stun stick in the hilt, and then the blade on the side. Tubbs helped me put it together. Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Nice.
I was going to ask you to help me, but...
Just my recommendation. But if they were out patrolling, their buddies probably noticed they were missing by 8 hours later and have gone to find them. So if you do go back and they haven't found them yet, they're out looking for them. If they have found them already, then they're out looking for whoever did it.
It's logical.
Bad plan.
Yep, that makes sense.
And hopefully you didn't leave any evidence that brings them back to us.
I automatically assume that we're all on camera 24 hours a day. So there's probably something out there. Now, it might be too grainy and pixelated to make out who it was, but, how many Hylars are there out here in the city?
Fair.
So, well, I know we've got, you said we've got some tablet data, right? Brelix, did you stay up all night again?
No. That led to us getting jumped that one time. Causation is not correlation. But that led to me drinking a lot of coffee and not feeling very well. And I didn't stay up the whole night. I did leave after you guys left, and I went and I made a deal with a trade rat, and he's got the rest of the tablet, but I have all of the information. And while you guys were talking, I was actively running through everything. Do you guys have a note? No, I need something that I can write on. Maybe a pen. And then he runs off and he gets some toilet paper and comes back and he's looking for a pen and he finds something and he just starts scribbling on toilet paper as he's reading, and for years he scrolling through this tablet, pinching
Detective Paul. Yeah, Detective Paul left a pen here. He, quote unquote, left a pen. I think he felt bad for us and noticed that we didn't have any writing utensils, but here, you can use this. I've been writing on pizza boxes.
Oh my god, all of your notes should be on pizza boxes.
Just pinned to the wall.
In Sharpie.
Straight stapled. Yeah. Tacked to the wall with a big nail.
Brelix looks up at Hylar, who said he's been writing on the inside of pizza boxes, and goes, that's genius. And he immediately wats up all of the notes that he made on the toilet paper and throws them with anger, oh man, why wouldn't I think they're big, and you can open them, and oh, that's such a smart thing. And he just continues to scrawl notes into different pizza boxes. Yeah, of course we killed the two of them because they hurt Marcus so much that it was touch and go, and his dad was going to kill. No, he didn't want us to kill. He did want us to kill everybody, and Brelix didn't infiltrate that. That was Hal, but no, Hal is Brelix. So, Brelix handyman. No, that makes sense. And then he starts tapping away again, and he looks up. Brelix infiltrated. Oh man! And then there was a girl named Jessica that I was on the phone with, but she wasn't at the place. Oh man, there's a lot to keep straight.
Yeah, I don't think undercover is the place for Brelix, guys. He got way too into his character.
It's hard to be destructive because their whole job is to try to recruit people to go join. And I was there. I had no intentions of joining. I was there to try to get information on from them, and that's just so disruptive to their like day-to-day lives. And I shouldn't have but we needed to, because we need to find this guy who's actively using like weapons of biological things. He's attacking hospitals. We can't let that happen.
What'd you find in the tablet? Did you find a list of names, locations, anything more about the weird longitude-latitude readout?
Yeah. Hold on. And he closes a pizza box and he runs over and he opens another one and he goes, "Oh, sweet, this one's empty." And he puts it down and he opens the second pizza box and he like double clicks on the tablet and he smiles as he sees this beautiful spreadsheet of all of the stuff that he has, and he says, "Okay, I'm going to read this and not try to draw any conclusions, because oh man, there's so many conclusions I can draw from all of this. Can you believe that? Oh nope, not drawing conclusions. I'm just trying to give you guys all of the same information that I have, because that's I wouldn't have think to ever write in a pizza box, but you're saying that you've been writing in pizza boxes the whole time? Like we could have like a pizza box wall where we draw like lines across it like we're actual cool detectives. That's such a smart thing. No, I'm here. I've got these notes. Let me read them to you. They're organized. It's not alphabetical, and I apologize for that, but you guys know that if I had another 12 hours, these would be perfectly alphabeticalized, and I'm just going to go for it. Are you ready?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, I have several emails that name another of Russo's associates. I have Dr. Halvin Merrick. These are email orders. I have Dr. Halvin Merrick. He assisted in the bioweapon attacks in Aurelia. That's just a rumor. Maybe I think that's my opinion. Then
the pilots that we talked to, the mercenary pilots, they said that. So that's not just conjecture.
Yeah, yes, of course. Yes. We were there. They also know that. Then I have that Dr. Halvin Merrick is not well liked by the Grey Jacks. That also, it looks like it's just conjecture, a bunch of emails. Different everything. Now I have some Grey Jacks are being rotated through a punishment assignment way out in an abandoned mining outpost. That's Grey Jacks are bad. Maybe we could kill some more there. No. Marcus is okay. Do we have to kill them still? His dad said to kill them, and Marcus is okay. So, no. Yes, we should kill them. No, I'm gonna
still have a bounty that we need to hunt. So, like, if they get in our way, we'll have to take care of them professionally.
Yep. Of course. Professionally. I have a stunner now. That's not going to kill them, though. I might want something. Yeah. Okay. But those Great Jacks that are on a rotation, it's in an old and rundown, abandoned, and hard to get to. Like it's a very cold place. This is perfect. I have. Oh no, that's not enough. I have a partial invoice number. It's corrupted due to the encryption. Oh man, I paid. No, I guess I didn't pay good money. The trade rat. I'm a little bit upset at myself for not being able to, for losing some encryption data. I apologize again for that. So I have an invoice number that's got SM. It's got an E. It's got an F. It's got a 5, and it's missing at least 5 other characters. And then I have a possible safe house for an unlike person Russo needs to protect. No, A possible safe house for an unliked person Russo needs protected. Again, that's just a rumor according to these 6 emails here. Oh, this is the big stuff here. There's some sort of fail-safe plan in the works. That fail-safe plan, the Grey Jacks rank and file don't know any of the details. I just need to hack like 12 more emails and I could probably figure out something, but I needed more like a higher up, maybe Dr. Merrick, but if that, no, I just need a more high ranking Grey Jack. The Grey Jacks and Dalco smuggled in some materials for the failsafe plan. I have a list of all of that inventory. And lastly, the Grey Jacks leadership is unhappy with Russo over this plan. Again, this is correlated by these 3 emails here, and it's not like a fact, but it's a rumor. And then Relix furiously writes in 3 different pizza boxes. And he says, I said that all really fast, and I know that you guys have listened to everything and know every single word that I said, but I also wrote all of the same things down in these pizza boxes right here. And then he kind of sighs and he leans back.
Well, I mean, this is good information. Who's Daco? Dalcos? Did we see that name before?
You guys have talked about that name.
That's Captain Marina Dalcos. That's Russo's former adjutant.
Thank you. Yep, I got it right here.
From all of this, and I know you guys are just right up here with me because everybody's wide awake at 5 minutes after. Let's give it 10 minutes because I spoke a lot there. We could go try to find a really cold, abandoned, hard to get into punishment assignment for some Grey Jacks. Because if they're getting punished, then maybe we can turn them and they can help us.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't sound like they like any of them anyway, so it could be just that much more simpler. Like, if they're unhappy with Russo, we could take advantage of it.
I just hope they're logical and see that they're in bed with the wrong people.
The other thing we've got is that safe house location, right? Is that closer than an abandoned, cold, nasty mine that I don't want to go to? And why guard it? Does it say? Like, they've got shitty guard duty there, but what are they guarding?
I think the safe house location and the punishment assignment are the same place.
Yeah, so it's an unliked person there. Okay.
I have moved a clean copy of that into the Traveler chat, if those of you who haven't seen it. It took away my formatting from my Google Doc, so that's why I've got the weird dash, double dash.
Well, I'm glad I'm not the brains of the operation. You guys come up with a plan. I'm gonna put my feet up. My plans involve disguises and drugs. That didn't turn out great for us. Oh, it's strip clubs.
I mean, we learned that your girlfriend's cousin works at a strip club, and she gave us a bunch of information, and I got all of this information from the last one where I took drugs and we killed 2 Greyjacks, which was all part of the plan.
You have a point. So my plans do go very well, even though I'm not very smart. But you guys are smart, and you guys can come up with a better plan than I can.
Yeah, so we need to either, if there's a guy in a safe house that Russo doesn't like, we need to break him out of that safe house and say, why don't you like Russo? And can you help us get to him? Or can you just kind of tell us where he is? And we'll go pick him up and bring him home. Bring him home. That's not the right place. Bring him into justice, because we want justice and a lot of money. What do you think, Tubbs?
Definitely all about the money, and yeah, we gotta. Justice sounds good, so I am on board with that. Just kind of going through notes and things like that here, but trying to catch up to your really, really fast lowdown there, Brelix. But yeah, a lot of data, a lot of good stuff, and yeah.
Rather than just head nodding to it, we should talk about some of the details and assumptions that have already been made about this data. I should definitely talk out this more than you have been. I'm specifically referring to the 2 players that haven't said too much. Maybe pick a few pieces of this apart and talk it over.
Sorry, quietly dig into this stuff. So it sounds like we have a bad plan, or let the Greyjacks believe they have a bad plan in this failsafe thing that they don't like, that they don't know. Some of them don't know about. We've got some smuggled materials on this inventory over here. Do we know what a Gear Falcon or a Foxhound is? Because we got some of them. And we know that they're not happy with the boss over this plan, so that's some useful information. We know that some Greyjacks are going to an abandoned mining outpost, and we know that there is a possible safe house for an unliked person. We also know that Dr. Merrick is an unliked person. So that potentially may be the same thing. Like, Merrick may be at this safe house. I say we go check out this safe house. I'm not convinced that the safe house and the mine are the same thing. Like, is there anything in the email that specifically said, like, how did you connect those to be the same thing?
I was given this
It's
top bullet.
okay. Let me, because he is correct, and it is in the notes that they are connected. Like I said, I lost some formatting. A single dash is a top bullet. A double dash is a sub bullet. All the sub bullets are connected to the top bullet. Period.
Got it. Thank you.
Sorry, it's way more clear when it's in my Google Docs, but Discord is like, no, fuck you. You can't have bullet points. Those aren't allowed. And, considering where I work and most of the rest of us work, I can't do anything without either a PowerPoint slide or bullet points. It's just not possible.
Please, 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 I beg you, do not turn this into tabletop gaming via PowerPoint. Okay, so they are connected. Got it. Old, rundown, abandoned, hard to get to, cold. This location. Do you know where the location is at, Brelix? Like this abandoned mining outpost. How far away is it? How north is it? How it says hard to get to. Is it something that we have no vehicle? Like it potentially is like these guys are going to be armed out in the middle of nowhere. They're not going to be like, I'm walking around the city with a stunner. Like I would assume, totally an assumption, that if they're out guarding somebody at a place, they're going to be actually guarding them with actual weapons. If this mining outpost is outside of the city, so that's an assumption on my part. Brelix, do you know if that's a true assumption or not? Like, location of this mining outpost.
I don't know if I have any more information that's on here. We could probably do more research to find more information.
Okay. We could probably get on the computer if we know it's an abandoned mining outpost. We can look up mining outposts and see which ones have been like shut down or aren't producing any like public records. Like we should be able to look into their like bills and operating expenses. We should be able to put those two bits of public information together to find out potential like which ones are abandoned mining outposts and what is just a fully functional mine, and then add filters for hard to get to and cold, whether it's like once we see what's available, kind of whittling them down and best guess. And does that make sense?
Brelix looks at you with like big eyes and just the way you described making a complex search. He kind of pats his chest and goes, I love everything you said. The only thing I could say is we've also got a partial invoice number, and like that would just make it even better to triple correlate all of the data we're actively looking for.
The invoice number, does it have anything? Is it just a number, or do we have like an organization that it's coming from or going to, or just the number?
It looks like it's just partial of the number.
Okay.
Streetwise, help me out trying to figure out what this inventory is. Like, could I have heard of a foxhound or a gyrfalcon?
Do you have military tactics of any variety?
No.
Do you have any starship combat skills?
Negative.
Then no, Streetwise is almost certainly not going to help you.
So other things that you could look at, Brelix, if you remember, Captain Dalkos also was preparing for a northern run, and we know potentially they have a submarine somewhere. So again, we can look and like see if any of these things match up with each other, because I assume so we know something's north, but we don't know what it is or what it means. Yeah.
I like where your head is. If there's like an underground abandoned mining outpost that happens to sit a couple of meters above an underground ice
Because
ocean.
don't we have a the location reference number that we got, that the Royal Guard peoples told us was potentially underground or underwater, if I remember correctly.
Yes, that's the longitude latitude I referenced earlier.
Yeah, I feel like we could put all this together and at least come up with a general idea of something to go look at. That doesn't answer the question of how we're going to go look at it. That's just answers the question of something to go look at. We need to get you a better computer, Alex.
You
I thought about that
say
too.
get him a better computer. You guys have pizza box lids scattered all over your table with Sharpie written all over it.
Yeah, hence the statement. This is super amazing planning.
There's a holographic projector built into your table now. We established that at one point in time.
Yep.
Yeah, but if we use that, then Marcus can't eat the other half of the pizza box because that one's got too much grease on it.
Hey, have you ever had greasy cardboard? It's pretty good.
I let it sit and then let a couple of fly larvae. Oh, then we're in name. So I'm going to look at the computer, try to pinpoint the location of this abandoned mining outpost. We'll think about how to get there because it's cold.
Might be able to help us out with that.
Sounds like there's a couple of different tasks that need to be done here. Who wants to lead with what?
I'm gonna help with Brelax and helping him manage like because he's typing all the stuff in the computer. I'll sit with him and kind of like be like, nah, man, that doesn't work. Like that's not big enough, or that's not the right kind of mining thing. Just kind of help him have a sounding board as we filter through potential mines and mining places to see what we can find.
Okay. Relax. You want to start asking questions of the internet, and don't say just give me the answer. Please give me your specific queries, and I'll give you advantages when you have to make checks because you have someone helping you.
Yeah, first we're looking for all mines total, and then we're going to narrow those down to the ones that haven't, or that have, like, I'm going through the historical mines to find the ones that are inactive. I'm looking for inactive mines.
Okay. How are you searching for that?
As an admin, I'd like to query the government records.
There you go. That's what I wanted to know. So you're trying to access, I'm guessing, government tax records.
Oh yeah, those are the best ones. Those are my favorites.
Yeah.
Power bills would also be something you could look at, Brelix, because a functioning mine would be sucking power.
I'm going to give you the caveat that most of remote mining outposts are going to generate their own power. It's a good thought if they're close enough to the grid, but they're not going to be close to the grid. But taxes are good, so let's go ahead and give a roll for using admin to sift through government records. You have access to government tax records through your backdoor codes from the local revenue office from a previous assignment.
I rolled an 11, +1 for 13.
Okay, there are so many mining operations in the vicinity of North Rio that it would break the internet for you to pull them all up. There are roughly 100 mining facilities that still exist in some form or fashion that are basically dilapidated, but still have, like, they're still owned. Taxes are still being paid on them. And then there's an unknown number of untaxed or illegal mining outposts, as it is quite common for people to just go out into the wilderness and do an illegal mining operation and never pay taxes.
People do that?
That sounds like something Hal Handyman would do.
Give me a 2d6.
Who's a Hal Handyman?
That's an 8. Hal Handyman is Green Brelix, who also owns a P.O. box in the slums of North Virginia.
That's the guy you were talking about earlier.
So that tax record search is going to take you 8 hours. So you have 8 hours to do your next step there, Mr. Ghost, and I'm assuming Thodubs is going with you. Streetwise and your getaway driver.
Yep. We're gonna go try to find a vehicle.
How are you going to do that?
Well, I have a couple questions. Like, do we know what kind of vehicle? I mean, obviously, we want something that's going to hold the 4 of us, but, and of course, sounds like an off-road type of vehicle since we're going, again, up north and extreme conditions, snow, all kinds of stuff like that. But do we have an idea of what our needs are?
You just nailed a bunch of them. I mean, it's got to be all terrain. It's got to be good in the cold. It's going to have to fit at least 5 people. So those criteria help it narrow us down a hell of a lot. So we are looking for, van type or SUV, rugged, tracked, with heaters, and capable of maybe being armored. If it isn't already, we might be able to have some time to add some plating.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't think that I'm definitely might not be able to help out with the armoring side, but I know that my dad, he had a delivery truck a long time ago that every once in a while it would kind of die out. Now, my dad is not going to lend me the delivery truck by any means, but he had a friend named Spade that actually had a truck that he would borrow every once in a while. Maybe this guy would lend it to us.
It's an option. There's
It is.
yeah. I don't know if you've seen it, but what would be really cool is there's a vehicle that was invented by a guy named Herkimer. Have you seen this thing? It's like a tracked. You've seen it around. There's really only one of them though. It's probably pretty rare, but that would be cool. That'd be cool to get.
So there's only one of them, but okay.
Yeah, the guy's not a great inventor. He just invents the one thing. It's cool looking though. If you see it, I'll see it. I'll point it out to you the next time I see it. It's at the mall sometimes.
So does this guy like only invent one vehicle? I mean, does he make them more of them? I mean, can we like go borrow one or rent one or?
I know that he only made the one. He's more of like he's like an eccentric inventor. He like masters one thing and then moves on to a different project. So like he built this car, but then like it didn't take off the way he wanted it to. He was trying to sell it to like I guess the military or something. Maybe it was private security. So like it's a cool looking like it looks like it could go into battle, but I don't know. They only ever made one. It's weird. If I see it, I'll point it out. It's neat.
Yeah, so he still drives the thing around then, huh?
Oh yeah. He takes the thing everywhere. Like that's his premium mode of transportation. We could try to go out and see if we can find him. I mean,
No, that'd be nice. If he's
kind of like a local celebrity.
Do we know him at all? Or are we just going to kind of build up some rapport with him, or?
I think his name is. It's definitely Dr. Herkimer, but I think his first name. I can't remember. It starts with a K. But I don't know him. We could try to meet him and build a rapport. See if he wants to rent it out. I don't know. It's worth a shot.
No, sounds good. We can go check that out. Do you know, are we just going to go to his house? Do we know a specific place where you like to hang out at, or?
Last time I checked, I think he's got a lab somewhere. It should be close by. It's in like the warehouse district. We should check that out.
See, he kind of sounds like a lab guy, lab coat kind of guy sitting around just making stuff.
Yeah, he's he's eccentric.
Well, hey, yeah, let's. He also sounds like a guy that might be interested in, I don't know, solving problems. Maybe that's the kind of guy he is. Maybe he gets wrapped on something and he wants to keep hitting at it until he gets a solution. I don't know.
Yeah, okay. Let me see if we can find him. Let's head out and try to find him.
All right, that sounds good. Let's go ahead and take care of that. Where are we gonna start? We're just gonna.
Yeah, we'll check his lab. I mean the car, the Herkimer battle jitney, the vehicle that he invented. It's not hard to spot. It's very it's eccentric, just like he is. So, Archon, would you mind if I just streetwised this and try to either go to his, like, the warehouse district to try to find the jitney, or maybe we could try to find him at his, I don't know, maybe he's out at the mall.
I don't mind if you streetwise it. You guys, through lack of catching on to a specific note, and I'll admit it was a one-liner, but it was an important one-liner. You guys have the keys to the kingdom to solve this problem, and you have glossed completely over it. And I even, during lunch session, told 2 of the players exactly that this was skipped over, and that they should bring it up. But I don't mind streetwising it. No. Do you remember, Kizik, what exactly it was?
I do, but I also like them going on an adventure. But they can still adventure. While I am talking to Marcus and go, hey, didn't our guy that gave us the bounty say if we needed help getting places, he'd help us procure transportation?
Yeah, why?
I think they left like 4 hours ago to go try to procure transportation. Do you think this is a good spot for a abandoned mining town? Ooh, how about this one?
So
I like that one.
Go ahead and give me that streetwise check.
I got a 7 on it.
Okay. Roll 2d6.
I got a 7 on it.
Okay. All right, so you're gonna spend about 7 hours scouring, looking for Dr. Herkimer. You definitely are going to find places he has been. Like he's not a myth. Like, he's like you said, he's almost a local celebrity. So you're gonna talk to a lot of people like, yeah, he was here last week, or I saw him rolling down the street of that thing, or he had some new invention he was trying to use for this, that, or the other. So there's gonna be a lot of talking, but no one's gonna know exactly where he is right this moment, or know exactly where his lab is. And we're gonna come back to Kizik and Braylix and Marcus, who have, they've narrowed this list down. Whether or not this list is helpful or not, but they've got 3 categories. Total mines, which is probably not a list worth looking at because it's so massive. Abandoned mines with tax paid, and then abandoned mines that don't have tax paid. But there's going to be several caveats saying, hey, people just go out there and mine, so there's no guarantee what you're looking for is actually in this list.
Awesome. All right, Brelix. Like that's a start that we've got there. Now let's see if we can filter through these. Um, how about you? Can you look in, um, like of the ones that have record, like when they were first, when the mines were first started, when they first created?
Of course, I can show you the initial time they started paying taxes.
That way we can at least knock off any of the newer ones, because it's supposedly old rundown, right?
I mean, yeah.
Again, that only means something for the ones that we have the tax documents for.
Yeah, I also have a partial invoice number, which I guess you can have an internal invoice number system. So I was hoping that was external. Great Jacks pay taxes too, right?
They should.
That's a mercenary company. Yes.
So we definitely want the start date of the taxed mines to I guess they can inherit that. That's less exciting. I was hoping that we could find one that started at the same time as the Grey Jacks, but I talked myself out of that one.
Or that it could, like, it's abandoned. They could just be squatting on it.
Yeah. But still, an old and run down one means that it's at least 15 years old.
I mean, let's start there and see what we get.
Your computer searches for taxable mining operations that are at least 15 years old.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other parameters?
Let's take a look at of the ones that we have. Let's take a look at, like, terrain around them. Like, is it just like open plains and it's like a digging mine, or is it like a deep mountainous region? Like, kind of look at like what we would define like hard to get to. Do you have to go up and around a mountain? Do you have to go, like, is it an underwater mine? Is it or is it like, just outside the city that'd be relatively easy to get to?
To be clear, that is a really good idea. However, you're searching through tax records. I don't know any tax records that are going to list that information.
Agreed. When we're done looking at tax records, we're gonna look at a map.
Then we'll get a bunch of we're trying to get a smaller list by getting the old tax records, and then we'll put all of those into a different list, and that'll be our look at it on a map.
Or you, Brelix, you can look at like when they started paying taxes and the ones that haven't been paying taxes in a while. Like, by definition of the word abandoned, like, find ones that did start and then stopped paying taxes.
Which ones are delinquent right now?
Yeah.
And once we do that, then we're on to putting those on a map.
Hold on. So you want delinquent on taxes, and you want paid but over 15 years old.
Correct.
Okay.
That's an 8, 9, 10.
There are 135 results.
Brelix is like very proud of that extremely large number, but he's ready to start putting those into a map and doing smarter things from that. And he looks over at Marcus. He's rubbing his head.
Can you cross-reference the owning company? I guess we'd already technically done that. Thinking.
You guys can't hear it, but you would be able to see the smoke billowing out of Ronan's ears right now, because he's trying really hard to get those gears turning.
Yep. I can't think of anything at the moment. I'm sure there's something right in front of me that I'm missing, but let's look at a map.
So you guys are going to start sifting through maps. Give me 2d6, see how many hours you spend on it.
Brelix is going to remember that we've got a holographic projector in the middle of our thing, and he's going to put up a map on that so they can dot the dots on top of that, and it would look really cool. 4 hours.
Okay. We're going to switch over to Ghost. Ghost, you have 4 more hours to try to do a thing. You've talked to everyone, even the trade rats, and this Herkler guy exists. People know about him. I haven't found him yet.
He might be on vacation or something, Tubbs. It's getting kind of late. You want to head back to the apartment? Or you got any ideas?
Let's see, we've already asked. So we've checked out his normal hanging spots. We've asked around. This guy, yeah, he's kind of a myth. Holy crap. I agree. He's real, but he's kind of like a legend. He's kind of good at hiding away from people, I'll tell you that.
He's got that really secret underground lair thing that most inventors just dream about having.
Yeah, I kind of wonder. He's really kind of a recluse. Yeah, we can. Maybe we can just give the guys a call and see how their progress is going on their end, and see again. Maybe you can tell them where we're at and what we're doing, and see if we can get any feedback from them or any information that help us to maybe put us in a different direction.
Yeah, okay. Do you want to call him or you want me to call him?
No, I can give him a call. Let's see, who do we want to pick? We'll do Brelix. We'll give him a ring here.
Hey, just real quick. Real talk. But real roommate talk. Did you trap my bathroom, man?
Trap it? What do you mean trap it?
Alright, it wasn't you then. Yeah, somebody put a hose end onto the faucet, tied a rubber band to the trigger, had it aimed at my door. So when I opened the door, it was an elaborate and very well planned out prank, and it might be Brillux.
Was that all the noises that we heard this morning?
I don't like getting sprayed right in the face first thing in the morning. It was very rude. And yes, that was me stomping around in the bathroom trying to turn off the water while it was charging right in the face. It was a great prank. If I find out who did it, more will be coming.
No, I get that. That does not. Oh, man, I would be upset too. At least I'm glad it's I hate to say it this way, but I'm glad it's a prank versus something serious that happened, because that was a pretty bad commotion going on there. We all were kind of worried about you.
Well, I appreciate your concern, I guess. Bathrooms are a very dangerous place, and you have to be careful in them. All right, you go ahead and give Brelix a call. We'll try to figure this out.
All right. Hey, sounds good. Okay. All right. I'm going to give Brelix a call right here.
It's convenient that you chose Brelix, since Marcus doesn't have a phone still. Something that totally won't come back to bite the party in the ass later.
Yeah, this is Brelix. Oh no, I don't know that one should go there. hold on. How do you spell Northern Colombian Cold Road? Wait, those are really easy to spell. Who is this?
Alex. Yeah, this is Tubbs. What you up to? How are you guys doing? You guys getting some information together?
We're trying to map 137 different potentially abandoned mines that haven't paid taxes and are really old, and they need to go on the map so that we can try to figure out which ones are hard to get to. We're having the time of our lives.
Now, that sounds fun. We're kind of hitting a dead end out here. We looked everywhere for this doctor guy, and we can't seem to find him anywhere. So I instead of heading back to you guys to meet up, I figured I'd just give you a call to check your status and see what you guys were up to. And another thing I was thinking of, it's with a mining company. Usually, I mean, if they're mining something, aren't they? I mean, do we know what they're mining?
Hold on, you said mining company? Yeah, it says it's a mining company.
Well, what are they mining though? What are they? I mean,
I can't. Wasn't on my things that I found.
I know one thing that I think of when I think of mining companies. I think of basically transportation, right? I mean, there's going to be. Depending on what they're actually mining, right? I mean, there should be transportation in and out of that place, transporting whatever it is they're mining, unless they're, mining electricity or air. But that might be something to kind of check out too, is, type of trucking and convoys and things like that.
Yeah. You said you were looking for a doctor?
Yeah, we're looking for this doctor guy. He's supposed to have this nice vehicle for us to go in, for us to get for our when we're actually heading up to this we're trying to get to be able to go up to this mining area, but we're trying to get some type of vehicle to help us out. And this doctor, he's just a kind of crazy recluse kind of guy, but so we're trying to find him because he seems to be our one option right now as far as being able to figure out to get a vehicle. I don't know if you guys have any other suggestions there, but this is what we're trying to work on. We're kind of we're kind of getting frustrated. We're kind of hitting a dead end here.
Did you call the guy that gives us bounties? He said that if we needed transportation places, he would help out.
Oh,
he's not a doctor.
I totally forgot about that. Jeez, see, that's why we got you here, Brelix. Man, I'll have to look through my phone, see if I actually got his number. But goodness sakes, that's a great idea. But he actually said he'd lend us vehicles, huh? Or, lend them to us or rent them to it, or, something like that.
He said he would help out with transportation. Also might have been talking about going to the islands, but following a lead is like he wins if we win. We're trying to raise everybody's stature.
Oh, definitely, man. We're gonna have to give him a call and find that out. Yeah. So I don't think I've got his number in my phone here. Could you send me his number on my phone so that way I can give him a ring?
Yeah, Hyler has it. Hyler found him that first time, right?
Oh, gotcha. I'll have him call then, since he's got the number. He's sitting right here. He's we're both kind of impatiently looking for solutions, but yeah, we're gonna give him a call. That's a great idea. Thanks a lot, Brelix.
Yeah. Oh no, it's definitely not that one. That one's too lower. Sorry, I was looking at a map again.
I know you sound really busy. You get focused and you do what you gotta do. I'm gonna hang up and we're gonna give that guy a call.
Okay, bye.
All right, take care. Hey, Hylar, I just got the phone with Brelix. He reminded me that the guy that does our bounties for that pays us for our bounties, he actually offered to share vehicles or help us with transportation should we need it. I totally forgot. Do you remember about that?
From Urban Bounties, right? He did say that he'd be able to supply us with some transportation if we needed it. But I thought that was like to the islands. But maybe it could mean that he could help us out. The last time we used anything from Urban, it was the lawyer, and that was expensive. So, I mean, it's an option. Let's head back.
Jail though. At least help us out, but I'd rather be paying out some money than go to jail. I don't think I'm too pretty to go to jail. You know.
Yeah, I saw you in there. Really holding on to that soap, buddy.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, man, I didn't have the soap on a rope type stuff, so I got a little nervous. I was definitely, did not want to be there.
We don't really know where we're going yet, so why don't we figure that out, and then I'll call Griggs and tell him, like, hey, we need help getting there. Because if I just say, hey, we need a vehicle that's got to do all these things, we could do that, but that's still kind of vague. If we were like, hey, we need to go here, and we need a vehicle, then we look professional. You know what I'm saying?
No, fair enough. Yeah, Oh, you're definitely right. So did we want to head back to the apartment, or do we want to keep looking for this guy?
Man, no, like Dr. Herkimer we will find him next time, maybe. Let's head back. I'm cold. Let's get out of here.
All right, sounds good. Let's get rolling. I was actually saying it's kind of warm out here. It's a little warm for the season, but if you're cold.
Just, I complain a lot. It's not really... yeah, you're right. It is kind of warm.
Well, although, you got kind of hosed with a bunch of water, you said. You'd probably be cold just from that experience.
Yeah, it was like first thing this morning. It's not nice getting wet bath like that.
Well, hey, while we're walking back, I'll let you know. If I hear anything, I will definitely relay it back to you.
Yeah, you let me know. I think it was probably Braylix, because like Marcus was coming back from the hospital. I like seriously doubt that it was on his mind to just like Braylix has been weird. Like maybe it was his alter ego Hal.
Oh gosh, I sure hope that guy is not going to be a permanent part of, like, he's not going to switch back and forth like he's got those multiple personality type things. Oh, this would be terrible to deal with Brelix and Hal.
It's kind of fitting to have a crazy roommate at our age, but I really hoped it wasn't going to be Brelix. He's you guys are like really good friends. I don't want you guys going crazy or dying. I got you into this bounty hunting thing, and I feel like awful. I mean, Marcus got real hurt.
No, I will say this though. This is the most excitement I've had my entire life. Trust me, this is a lot better than delivering pizzas. And man, I'm telling you, this is awesome. I love having roommates. I love being away from home. I'm loving every minute of it. And whatever venture we got, let's do it.
All right, well, let's head back, and then we'll figure out how to... I guess I'll call Griggs and get some transportation, but let's find out where we're going first.
Yep, let's do it. That sounds good to me. We definitely know what we're doing.
So you guys head back to the apartment. You walk in to find the hologram of the planet centered around North Rio, holding above the table. And Braylix and Marcus have been narrowing this down. I would like some sort of... I want specifically an investigate role. You may use education or intellect to see how far you've narrowed this list down. Also, some minor correction. I very specifically asked you, Kizik, when you did the search, that you were searching for old, non-tax-paying... Sorry, you were looking for non-tax-paying facilities and tax-paying but old facilities. That was an aggregate search of those two parameters. You said differently. You said old and non-tax-paying when you said it. So I parroted the question back and you interpreted it differently, or you spoke incorrectly when you were talking earlier. One of the two.
Okay.
You searched for both as one search to put two lists together. Old facilities that weren't paying taxes. And facilities that were paying taxes but were more than 15 years old. And that's why you got the huge number. Like, your results were because I asked you specifically, is this what you want to search? And you said yes.
Cool. And I said old not paying taxes, which
Yes.
are two different things.
Yeah,
Cool.
yes.
So we're investigating right now, though.
Yep. And specifically, I believed what you were doing on the map, just for clarity, is you are looking for facilities on this list that are difficult to get to.
Yep. And we're looking for ones that are kind of around here that are cold, too. But looking for things that are difficult to get, looking for like high, low elevations. They're too far away. And we're investigating.
Ronan, you can both make this roll.
Oh, I used him as a boost dice.
That's an unwise statistical thing to do.
It rolled a boxcars.
I'm not going to count that roll. It is a statistically unwise thing to do. You both need to make it as independent investigators. The reason he was allowed to assist you earlier is because he doesn't have the skill and you do. Neither of you have this skill.
Investigate goes with intellect, correct?
You can do intellect or education, as I stated earlier. It can either be an intuition thing or it can be based on a thing you know.
Horrible with both. So. With a -4, here we go. 3. I got a 3.
Okay.
I rolled a 9, -2 is a 7.
All right.
Way better than me.
So, Ghost and Thodubs, Hylar and Tubbs walk back into the room. Maybe you guys grab some takeout on the way back, and they have probably about 50 blips up on the map that they've managed to narrow this list down, but it's still an obscene number of blips all around North Rio.
Looks like you've gotten it kind of narrowed down. We kind of struck out with the vehicle, so tell me you got good news, right?
It is highly likely that it is one of these 50 hard to get to, cold, old tax-paying and non-tax-paying mines. And it is not just a random mine that somebody went out on their own and made.
Well, I guess 50 is better than 100. That's good.
Well, let's maybe narrow it down some more.
Yeah. We've been at this for only 12 hours. We've got plenty of time to keep working. What are you thinking? What kind of are you doing some kind of binary search or?
Let me take a look at this map and see if I can't narrow it down. We know. Oh, man. It's old and run down, right? So.
You have a note card full of all the things, pieces of information that you've been given on that. You're able to extract from the email.
Parameters here.
Kizik put it in front of your thing. Keep bringing it back.
Yeah.
It's only got 2 Marcus Chews in it.
Relics, we could make sure we've looked at tax keeping going on, but we haven't seen specifically whether or not it's still active. So of those 50, we can look to see if how would I do that? I have ideas. I gotta think of how I would look for them. I think Tubbs is on to something and seeing it, like if there's traffic going to them, but I don't know how I would look that up right now.
Tubbs is ignoring a piece of information that's on the note card. If you have a set of things that I've given you that you know are true.
Yeah, so we're looking for the ones that don't have anything going to and or from them because they're abandoned.
Exactly.
So, which would mean that we're not actually looking for a running mining outpost. So we're not looking for something that's functioning, maybe something that's been closed. So
Yep.
as far as looking into tax information might not be relevant, right? Or something that's actually been not paying taxes because it's no longer, it's out of being classified as being out of business.
Yeah, those is in the query. Those are the non-tax paying ones. I think I have those ones as amber.
Is there a query that you could run as ones that have been officially closed as far as, I mean, the reason why they're not paying taxes? I mean, obviously, if they're not paying taxes and they're open, then it's a problem. But if they're closed and not paying taxes as being the reason, that's pretty easy to justify.
Relics, is there like Department of Transportation information about roads traveled like through that area or through these areas? Because it's not completely like it's still going to be traveled by the guards rotated in and out. So like at least once a month or once a shift, there will be a truck that comes in and out. So it's not entirely abandoned. You know what I'm saying? So I wonder if there's any transportation information about like vehicle counts and things like that. And we look at places that have less traffic, but more than zero traffic.
I do have an initial question too about your punishment assignment. I mean, are they being sent there to be punished, or are they being sent there and no one likes it and that's why they're receiving it as being a punishment assignment?
You would get
Could
that
be.
from the emails that it is a punishment assignment and that they don't want to go there. It sucks. It's cold. It's dark. It's damp. It's all of the things that are, written there. They don't want to be there. But they have to have some number of guards on duty. So if you fuck up, that's where you get sent for a while.
So it would kind of make sense that a lot of these Greyjacks would probably be complaining and griping about the whole thing. Maybe they're talking.
That's how you got the current information. Is the emails where they are complaining. Actually have all the things you need to work.
Did you already narrow down locations by access? Like what's easy to access and what's not easy to access? Hard to get to.
That's how we made these 50. We were just kind of looking at the map, going, these ones are close to a mountain. These ones looks like you got to go over here.
Is there anything that's close to a mountain that's also close to water? Will that narrow down more than the 50?
You're thinking they're going to pop up a submarine there?
And I'm just going off of my gut reaction, right? Like if they have a submarine, they would use it to move around, and they'd want to get to their mine quickly.
Yeah, let's can we narrow it down based upon mountains plus Close to water?
Close to the sea, the oceans.
Close to the sea, not the water.
You can run that search if you want.
You gotta use that invoice number somehow.
You guys may be overthinking this a little bit.
You already narrowed it down by cold and warm, right?
Yes.
And we can't even find the door. It's too hard.
Now that Tubbs and I are here, can we maybe help you with the search? And
Either you have computers that can run 2 searches at once, or you can use some other skills to help investigate and narrow down. You got the holographic board up. I think that's a great idea. Although,
recon
like I
on the
said,
map.
you may be completely overthinking this, like to an extreme degree.
Yeah, that's usually what we do.
Oh yeah, it's totally what I do.
And Kizik's only said the answer like 4 times, and then talked himself out of it like 4 of those times.
Does the invoice number have an address on it?
No, it doesn't.
Does
It's not a matter of asking a question. It's a matter of running a certain query.
Can I try a recon roll looking at the map on the holographic printout?
Please explain how that's going to help. If you can explain what you're looking for, I will give you a recon roll for it. But if your answer is, I want a recon roll to find the place, the answer is no.
No, so I'm looking for specific geographic location criteria, and I'm going to try to narrow things down. I know he's already done, what's hard to get to and cold.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think he's run a query on close to sea and ocean yet, because he didn't roll anything. Or traffic. So it's not completely abandoned. They've got guards coming in and out, so it's not a zero traffic kind of thing.
Okay, there is absolutely no way you could track that second thing.
Oh.
Yeah. It's not in a city. It's out in the wilderness. There's no way. But the first one, you could, if that is what you want to do, like I said to Kizik, you can run that search. You can look at the map and say, these sites are close to water. I don't see anything in the information I've given you that says that's relevant, but...
Yeah, I'm going off the theory that the submarine... it's not a great roll anyway. It's only a 6, so... No worries.
Well, there are 6 of the mines that are relatively close to water, but there's still no way you could get a submarine into them, as mines and water are not something you want to put together. That would be bad for the workers.
Yeah, no, I didn't think they were combined. I just thought that they were close to each other for transport or logistics.
Well, due to your role, I'm going to say there are 6 sites that meet that criteria. Isaac, you got something else you want to try? O-Dubs, I don't think you've done one yet.
No, I've asked a bunch of questions. I just still working through the thought here.
Relix is tapping away. Brelix is apparently a lot smarter than Kizik is. Brelix wants to, because he knows the Greyjack's tax number and he knows a bunch of mine's tax numbers. Does the Greyjack's tax number, like, does you don't? Maybe you do put invoice numbers on your taxes, but is there Greyjack's tax number and the invoice number on any of the mines that we've subsetted it to?
You're still way overthinking it, but I'm still going to give it to you because we're really having trouble with this door. All you had to do was cross-reference the invoice number with your list. All you had to do was type the number in that you had with the list. So go ahead and run that computer's check. You need a 4 to pass.
Oh, that's a 10.
And that number matches minus the letters you don't have, which, by the way, it is SMHENF5NN as the site number for a abandoned Stern Metal Horizons mine that is north of North Rio. There's only one match to the query.
After 12 hours of frustration, Brelix types everything in and he goes, oh, here it is. There's an abandoned Stern Metal mine northwest of North Rio. It's got, oh, look at that. Matches up perfectly. Here's its invoice number, and reads out the invoice number. And then looks around to everybody smiling with a big old, not goofy, not toothy smile, but lippy.
All right, let me give you a little bit of information. This mine has been closed down for 40 years. It is being paid. It's owned by a company called Stern Metal Horizons. They are paying taxes on it because they still think that it might one day be reactivated, but they're not maintaining it in any way, shape, or form. There's an old corporation town called Drift that's 200 kilometers south of it. It's just a little like western town. There's no law. It's not an official place, not easy to get to. And it used to have a subway train that linked the two, but that train is listed as not operational. The only other way to access it is a landing pad from the air where you can get to the very top of the mountain where part of the facility juts out. Those are the only two ways to access it. There are frequent ice storms in the area. And from what you'd be able to research, you would find a couple of news articles about this place saying, looters went out there and maybe they got stuck in the weather. So there's definitely activity of people occasionally going there that aren't supposed to be there. And Stern Metal Horizons has put out postings say, hey, don't go here. We have security. This is still corporate property and you're trespassing if you go here. We're not liable for your safety. Legal disclaimer like.
So going up there through the old subway sounds pretty smart.
200 kilometers it's a long way.
Well, I didn't say we walk.
Oh, good. I don't know why I assumed we would be walking in a subway. You're and driving through the subway. That's much smarter.
Yeah, they've got these carts. We could even build one. They don't take much.
I don't know if you can sneak in on a subway when there's only one way in, one way out. But also can't sneak in on.
You just said one way in, one way out.
Uh-huh.
Okay, what did I say just a minute ago?
The subway is inoperable.
I said
2 ways in.
2 ways in. Thank you, Rex. give yourself a player point right now. Thank you.
Yay! Yeah, we
The
got
other way
train
is
and the landing
by
pad.
air, right? But I think when Kizik said one way in, one way out, it's a tunnel. That's what I think he's talking about. There would be an entrance and an exit to the tunnel, and then no other way to get out of the tunnel. Is that what you meant, Kizik?
Yeah. Yep, definitely. Tunnel. Subway.
Not a lot of hiding spots in there if we got caught.
But it is in it of itself a hiding spot because it's broken and no one expects it to be used.
I agree with that. And we be stealthy. Always be sneaking.
Yeah, there's nothing about a landing pad that people believe is potentially the only way in and out because the train is broken and nobody wants to walk 200 kilometers. Like, that's going to be guarded. But that doesn't mean we have to go in stealthily. Like, we could go to the front door and knock and say hello. Not necessarily from a, like, kick the door down and go start shooting kind of thing, but, like, we could think of a story, because apparently we did that the other day, to infiltrate the other place. We got a couple options, I think. We just need to pick one and go.
You guys aren't great at sneaking.
I'm excellent as Hal, a handyman. I've got an official social security number and everything. He can go knock on a door.
And what's Hal gonna say? I mean, Brelix. Brelix, it's you, Brelix. It's not Hal.
Yeah, of course. Brelix will say that Hal is here to investigate. You can't do that because it's so. I vote for sneaking, even though I'm not good at it.
And then we get there, and what's the plan? We try to get a gray jack to flip, or we try to get the person they're guarding to flip?
I mean, I don't
Or
know
just
if-
get information and don't talk to anybody.
Oh, a pure intelligence gathering mission then.
if we can get this little drone guy somewhere, can listen into some Wi-Fi. But if we're sneaking in, I'm probably close enough to listen into some Wi-Fi.
Okay. I mean, I'm liking where this is going. We use the tunnel to get just close enough to use your relay, and then get into their systems and start picking around and figuring things out. This is good plans so far. Good job, guys.
We either. I mean, the guy that Russo is unhappy with. Oh no, let me find the right notes. The guy that is unliked
By the Grey
by
Jacks.
Russo.
No.
By the rate.
Right. Guys unliked by the Grey Jacks is being that Russo needs protected. It's this bottom note here.
Jeremyism was Russo doesn't like this guy. That's the one I was referring to earlier. You were digging through Grey Jack's emails. Unliked is by the Grey Jacks.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're making the assumption that this unliked person is Dr. Merrick, because there could be two unliked people.
And the way you would know he's unliked is when they're talking about, they never mention the person by name, but they mention derogatory statements or descriptions of said person.
Okay, so
Is it-
go ahead.
I was just wondering if anything specific was said in those statements. Like, is it that he smells? Does it say he?
So there would be a number of derogatory statements about his attitude, entitlement, and I believe they would say that he is a coward, and they would probably say he at some point.
Okay. Yeah, context clues.
That's a good question.
Could be Merrick. We also know that Dalco's delivered stuff here, right? Specifically, that was what the inventory list was.
That is incorrect.
Oh, sorry.
There are 3 different pieces of information he pulled. The failsafe category is 1 bit, the site is another bit, and Dr. Halvin's information is the 3rd. Those are 3 separate pieces of information.
Okay.
All of which are important pieces of information, but not necessarily tied to each other.
Of note, something we might want to think about is going to this tunnel train thing. Like, if we're trying to be sneaky, the best plan, in my opinion, is to not be seen going into the small little western town. Like, somehow we have to get like a vehicle to traverse these 200 kilometers down this tunnel. But if we go to the western town, if we go to Drift, and like they're like, "What are you doing?" and we're like, "We're making a thing to go in the tunnel," it's pretty obvious what we're doing.
Just be sneaky the whole time. Makes sense.
The problem with sneaky the whole time is, how do you sneaky a vehicle that we don't know what it looks like or what we're gonna do for it to do these 200 kilometers?
Now, I heard mentioned earlier that this tunnel was actually a subway, so that means that it's running rail.
Yes.
And if that's the case, I mean, if it's abandoned, that doesn't mean exactly that it was cleared out. There's probably a lot of junk down there that we could turn into something where we might be able to ride the rail.
That's an interesting theory. The only description you got of that subway was explaining how it is completely and totally inoperable.
We could take motorcycles.
Motorcycles are loud in an enclosed tunnel.
They're not electric ones.
Yeah, not if they're battery powered, yeah.
Sweet. Do we have electric motorcycles?
No. Wish we did. But I could call Griggs. He might be able to help us out with some electric bikes. Maybe a bike or two and a sidecar.
Or we could halo jump down to the top of the mountain.
I'm not a coward, but that's a bad idea.
I'm just throwing completely off the wall, never gonna happen ideas out.
Yeah, let's see what sticks.
But I was
Like electric
I was
motorcycle.
briefly
Yeah, in the
so
movies,
excited, Rex. Rex, I was so happy. Like, can't see how happy you made the GM, but you made the GM very happy.
We've done that before in a different game. It went really well.
We've done it before in a couple of different games, and one time it did go well. One time.
The other time, it didn't go well at all.
The other time, they weren't a bunch of 18 kids trying to halo jump.
Yeah, the other times that it went badly, someone got bionic parts.
I mean, it sounds great, and if our guys were a little older and maybe a little bit more trained in, like skydiving at all, let alone halo jumps.
Halo jumps into an Arctic ice storm where your eyeballs can freeze open.
Yeah.
To hit a tiny landing pad.
Yes. When
All I-
in high winds on a
Right.
parachute.
And the only thing that has to happen to make this work, the only thing that has to happen is right before we jump, one of us calls Hallier's phone. So we get the appropriate music playing while we go.
So instead, we call Griggs, get some electric motorcycles, and traverse. Like, we could get to drift on the bikes. Oh, it's going to be a cold ride. Ugh.
Just on the other opposite note there, I like the enthusiasm. I like the idea of the electric motorcycles. I can't drive.
Also, because you guys live here, and it would be very obvious to your characters, though it's obviously not something that's occurring to the players, you cannot ride those bikes to drift. It is like Antarctica. Like, you cannot ride an open canopy vehicle of any kind out in the open, much less a bike that doesn't have tracks.
Oh, I figured they'd be like the spiked tires. Tubbs can't drive one? That's fine. It's okay.
No. You got the skill set. The vehicle, it's impossible for you to survive. Even Tubbs, as a cryomorph, would die. Like, it is deadly Arctic out there. You
We just
need
need to borrow a vehicle, see if we can get a vehicle that actually can hold the bikes, that we could make the journey through the tunnel and then use the bikes once we get there.
It's so cold, but maybe that, I don't know. It could work. We could just get an enclosed, very quiet electric vehicle. We could build something.
You just described the Bobcat.
Yeah. The Bobcat's electric?
It's electric. And it's
Boogie,
enclosed.
woogie. Yeah, okay.
It's a two-seater, so you need two of them.
When we were talking about getting the Bobcat engine from the trade rat, I was like, it's like a 4-cylinder.
No, I very specifically said it was an electric motor.
All right, I missed that.
Yeah, almost all the vehicles you're going to encounter here are going to be electric.
All right.
You could specifically ask for one that runs on fuel, but the most likely fuel will be liquid hydrogen. Because that's readily available from starports.
So
Sounds-
we got a pretty good list of what we need for requirements for vehicles, right? Or what we want to do.
Yeah, I'm glad that we didn't find Herkimer, actually, because that would have been terrible in the tunnel.
Yeah, if we had the Herkimer battle barge thing, we would have just driven through the front door.
I can call Griggs. We can get ourselves a Bobcat, maybe, and head on up there.
We still need 2 Bobcats. They're only 2-seaters. And that means we can't take the prisoner out.
Well, this is maybe not a Bobcat. Maybe we need a bigger vehicle that's still electric.
I want you guys to know that I love you dearly. But I can never plan to give you guys anything that you ask for. And in a few minutes, you'll know what I mean.
You want me to call Griggs?
Do it.
Yeah.
I'm going to call him.
Okay.
What are you gonna call him?
Sir?
Hi, Lar. What's up? You guys made any progress?
We've cracked a Greyjack tablet and found some stuff out. Specifically, that there's, Well, there's a safe house, maybe, in an abandoned old mine up north. We think we've pinpointed the location, and we're going to need transportation to get there.
Oh.
Here's the catch. The way we're going to get in is an old abandoned and inoperable subway tunnel that goes from a place called Drift 200 kilometers out to this old abandoned mine.
Cracking a safe house sounds like a good lead. I can put you in touch with our vehicle guy. We have an outside contractor who takes care of transportation for us. I'll text you the information.
Thank you, Griggs. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Good luck.
Peace out.
He hangs up. Your phone beeps. You have contact information now for Dr. Herkimer and his very public shop that's on the edge of town. Like a curiosity vehicle shop. It's got like neon signs and shit. Very much not reclusive or hidden away or difficult to find.
How did I miss this?
You just kept going to the strip clubs.
We kept wandering around the warehouse district and like buying pickles and stuff. Tubbs, we went the wrong way.
Well, yeah, that gotta love that. We'll make the wrong decision and go the wrong direction. At least we should have turned left instead of right?
Well, now that I've got an address, you guys want to go talk to this Dr. Herkimer? Maybe we can get a vehicle. That's what Greg said, that he's a contact.
Yeah, let's go vehicle shopping.
Do we have any money?
We have $7,000 cash that has been in this cookie jar. It's not for our rent in the future. It was from the first job that we got.
Bring it with us. It might be handy.
Relics waits for you to turn around before putting it into his only pocket.
Okay.
I've seen you do that before. It's gross. You don't even wash it when it comes. Never mind.
Yeah, it's moist. That means it's secure.
Brody.
Let's head down to the Herkimer.
You guys jump into Space Taxi and they pull you up to the shop. There are several large vehicle bays and there are all sorts of half-built experiments that are just kind of scattered out on display in the front yard, and it's Herkimer's vehicular curiosities and other scientific equipment. You guys walk into the front expecting to find a lab. Instead, it's like walking into someone's cluttered, half-built garage shop. And you see Dr. Herkimer with this giant apparatus. Here's what it looks like. I haven't been able to see him yet. The giant apparatus strapped to his head. Got flashing LEDs on it, and it's attached by wires over to this little EKG-looking machine. He turns and he sees you and he's like, "Oh, you must be the urban bounty people." And he kind of bounds over to you, and the cable's just like a little short. So like at the last step, he half jerks back as he's like, "Oh," stuck on the thing. And then he, this thing, and he pulls it off and sets it down. And then he walks over to you guys and like shakes your hands. And he stops when he gets to Braylix. He's like, "Ha, wop, ha." And then he, without asking, grabs the Bop's hood, pushes it back, runs his finger along the top of the Bop's skull, and then sticks his finger in his mouth. Very, very salty. "Hey, come here for a second." And he kind of like hastily starts leading Braylix over to the contraption that he just had on his head and sticks it onto the Bop's head.
Relics is going to try to touch his hair too.
Okay.
He's not certain about what kind of ceremony this is.
Yes.
But I've now got a thing on my head and I'm touching his hair.
So he puts you on the center of like a circular platform that he was standing on a moment ago, and he hands you what looks just like a metal rod. It's got some sort of substance on the end of it, and he says, hold that out in front of you for a moment. And then he like bounds off the platform over towards a panel on the side. He's like, everybody stand back. And he's got these giant goggles on his head, and he flips them down so that they're like welding goggles. He grabs these two massive electric breakers and he flips them up to the opposition, and suddenly you realize that you're standing in a giant Tesla coil. And the thing on your head is the thing that's like supposed to create the arc. And everything starts going off. Now, you technically are insulated as long as you don't touch anything. And there's arcs going all around you, Braylix. What do you do?
I don't touch anything. I'm frozen perfectly still. My hand is kind of in the air in a like almost victory pose, and I realize that's probably too high, but my arm's kind of starting to tingle because I have to freeze perfectly still because I'm not going to move in any way, shape, or form. And then I'm going to make this kind of sound where I go, this is, I think I'm okay, but this is very scary. What is going on? Help!
You get to that point, and a bolt of strong purple lightning hits the end of the rod, and the end of the rod starts glowing a magnificent, like, rainbow spectrum. And then Hercler shuts the machine off, and the glowing from the end of the rod continues, as though it's still got lightning in a bottle trapped at the end of the rod. And he's like, Eureka, it works! And he starts bounding over to it, gets like 2 steps towards it, and it shocks him. Like, it just, the electricity leaps out from the end of the rod you have and hits him like you've cast lightning bolt on him. And he hits the ground like a sack of potatoes, and you're standing there with a smoldering rod, this electrical thing on your head, and Hercler's on the ground, and you guys are like, he might be dead.
Did I kill him? Can I move yet? Electricity is scary. And then if I don't like hear any clicks, I'm gonna take the thing off my head and I'm gonna drop this rod to the ground.
The other 3 of you are standing there just, I imagine, gobsmacked at the scene that has just unfolded before you. What do you do?
I'd covered my family jewels during the entire lightning fiasco, but I'm going to run over to the doctor and maybe try to perform CPR if I have to. I'm going to check him medically.
Okay. You're going to get to almost...
Had a crooked grin on his face.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I would say Tubbs just had a crooked grin on his face the whole time. It's like pure incitement going, this is the most awesome thing I've seen forever.
Vernon, what's Marcus doing? This place probably looks like a buffet to him.
No, I'm trying to think of a way to get that thing off of Brelix's head without hurting him, because I'm kind of worried about the safety of him, but with the lightning everywhere and the shocking, like I don't want to reach in there and like grab it. So I'm like in that like flustered kind of like moving around trying to find a way to help, but nothing coming to him kind of. So he just looks like really frustrated and flustered and worried about Brelix.
You can help Brelix get the thing off. Hylar gets to within almost arm's reach of Herkimer, and then Herkimer sits up and says, Eureka! Oh shit, it didn't work. And he's like, his hair's smoking. Like, from the thing. He's like, I thought I had it contained this time. Damn it. Oh well.
You almost had it contained. You should put it maybe in an insulated container instead of glass.
I mean, that glass should have been an insulator. But maybe it isn't a good enough insulator. Maybe I could use like a subspace pocket. And he starts scribbling like shit down like mathematically in a physical notebook, and he's like, oh, you're the Urban Bounty guys. You're here because you need transportation. I think I have just the thing. And he closes the notebook closed and hops up and puts it in his pocket and starts bounding out towards a back door out of the back of the garage.
I'll follow him.
Okay. Does everybody follow him, or is it just Hylar?
I'm gonna make sure Brelix is okay.
Yeah, we've put down the metal rod. We've put down the metal coil on my head. I'm touching my shirt like that's going to do something. And then, that guy's leaving. Hylar's. We should probably follow Hylar and the doctor guy. Let's go.
You guys get out. You guys get out to the platform. Whoever is going out to the platform behind the back door. There's a couple of different various scrap vehicles that have been started, stopped, or in various forms of repair. But he stops right in front of what Bralex is going to recognize as a very advanced ornithopter. The rest of you are going to be like, it's a robot bug.
No, that's an ornithopter. It's
Yes, it is, my good man. And Herkimer is going to be like, this is one of my newest inventions. It has the brain of a bug. It's a 4-seater, enclosed, fully operational, almost semi-autonomous. Like, it works, 100% of the time, 60% of the time. And it does have manual controls, so you can fly it, but this is like the ultimate bounty hunting vehicle. Because, and he runs around to the back and he pulls this drawer out. It looks like the drawer from the effing morgue in the cop procedural TV shows. He's like, you can put marks here. Yeah.
I know you're not supposed to say you like the vehicle.
Yeah, I clap. This is awesome. And maybe a little wolf whistle. Ooh, this thing is sweet.
Yeah, it's very well designed. I'm very proud of it. All sorts of bells and whistles. I have a manual here. He pulls out another notebook. It's literally just a notebook that he's scribbled in. It's like, I made a manual for it and everything.
Relix takes it and starts looking at it. It's probably not going to like what he sees inside there. Then he goes, how does it handle ice storms?
Oh, you know what? He takes the book and he starts flipping. It's like, what about this? The wings are solar panels because this thing's electric, but that means that they generate a little bit of heat. So they might hold up a little bit as long as they're, as long as they get some light, they might be able to, keep from freezing for a while.
Solar panels are usually pretty delicate. How do you deal with the structural integrity if something is like, say, rain or snow or sleet or hail?
He cocks an eyebrow. Delicate. He starts slapping the Mylar on the side. He's like, so it's space age technology. They're not that delicate. He's like, it's a second skin. It's just it's painted over top of the wings. Like, just it's not that delicate. I mean, you wouldn't want to shoot it. Please don't shoot it.
Can it fly at night?
Oh man, I just realized you're bounty hunters. My baby's probably going to get shot. He suddenly looks really mournful, like looking at his vehicle. Ah, well. Anyway,
Doc,
what's up?
can it fly at night?
I'm sure it can.
Have you flown it at night?
Oh, I haven't flown it at all.
Oh yeah, not at all, huh?
I can't fly.
You said it's semi-autonomous. You never flown it?
Well, no, I mean it's completely autonomous if it works.
No, untested.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of the deal, right? Like, you urban bounty boys come test out my new vehicles, and in exchange, I let you guys have the prototypes. That's the deal, right?
Do it.
Hold on. Do you have anything that'll go into a tunnel?
Oh, you wouldn't want to fly this in a tunnel. I mean, I suppose you could if the tunnel were big enough. I mean, this vehicle, just for size reference, this thing's like the front half here where the cockpit is like the size of an SUV, and the back half is probably equally as big. So this is not a small vehicle. It's designed to seat 4 people semi-comfortably. And a little bit of equipment. Plus, it's got a drawer in the back for putting somebody on ice.
Are these arms? Do they articulate?
They are landing gear, but they are also arms. And yes, they articulate.
That's neat.
It's
Does thing have any security features?
Oh, it's got he pulls like a key fob and it goes beep beep. Like it's got keyless entry. He's really proud of it, like you can tell.
It's a start.
Relics has produced a red pen from somewhere and is kind of like scratching his head as he's reading all of these notes.
These notes are borderline incomprehensible. Actually, for a BWOP, they probably would be incredibly frustrating because no one's mind works more differently than the organized mind of a BWOP than Dr. Herkimer. Like, it starts on page 2 explaining something, and on page 3 is a completely different subject, and then on page 17 it comes back to the exact continuation of what was happening on page 2.
Relics clicks his red pen, puts it back into his pocket, and puts down the book. And he looks up at the doctor and he goes, "So, you said it'll fly itself?"
Yeah.
And this is what we got. We're gonna go. Hopefully, okay. You said it might fly at night. Does it have like headlights? Does it emit a bunch of? I guess we could get inside it. Can we get inside it?
Yeah. So he tosses you the fob, and he's like, "Here's the key. All you guys owe me are all. So I've got all sorts of monitoring equipment for monitoring its performance, and if you can, fill out any bug reports for any issues you run into and help me work out the kinks, that'd be fantastic, because I think this," he points to it, "is going to be my big break into the production market."
Can we talk about bug reports? How do you want those formed? Do you want those in some kind of like automated story, or do you want those handwritten to you?
Post-it notes are fine.
You said bug report on the bug ship.
Thank you, sir. I can't give you another player point. But yes. The bug report. You get it?
Oh, yeah. I like it. There's only one problem. All it does is get us there. We still have 200 kilometers, or we go into the landing pad. But I think they'll see the fluorescent colored giant bug.
It's one fluorescent color. It glows. Like the wings, when they're actively, like the solar is hitting them, they like shimmer and change color and make, like, it's very vibrant.
Iridescent.
Yes. Iridescent. Thank you.
Feel
That's
like-
exactly the right word.
Any chance of us sneaking with this are now gone. So we fly this to Drift, and find a way down the tunnel. Yes, no, maybe.
Is Drift 200 kilometers away, and then the tunnel's another 200? How far?
Oh no. Drift from North Rio? Is that what you're asking?
Yes.
Hundreds of kilometers. Maybe thousands. No, hundreds.
It's a big
Hundred. It's it's a flight. This was a vehicle originally intended to get you to the Aurelian Islands on the other side of the continent. Like,
So we'll fly this to Drift and then get in the subway. How long is it from Drift subway to the mine?
oh man, if you need to cover 200 kilometers in this thing, man, it'll do it in no time flat. You can, 100 meters a second. That's nothing, man.
So in a tunnel. Yeah, we're in a tunnel.
It's not going to fit in a tunnel. I don't think you want to put this thing in a tunnel.
All right, then. Do you maybe have, could we put together an invention right now, me and you, and it would help us in the tunnel as transport. We'll put together a little cart.
You need a cart.
A rail cart, something small, sleek, full of torque, speed.
Gee, I mean, I think the biggest problem you'd have with that arrangement is that how would you get it there?
We could put the pieces in the tray on the back of the bug.
Oh man, it'd have to be super compact, like bicycle parts. He starts rummaging through parts of the lab, pulling out literal bicycles. And like he's looking at the bicycle, and then he walks over to a piece of like railing that looks like it might be from a train, and he like rips the inner tube off and puts it on there, and he's like, I don't know, maybe. Let's see, what's the maximum capacity of this thing? And he starts working through weight calculations and go ahead and I'm gonna montage the shit out of this. Everyone tell me how you're contributing to this build, and each of you give me a role to contribute to this build.
All right, I will go first. I'm going to look for like seating arrangement kind of thing to work in, like making sure that we can all fit on it and all be able to see. So like, yeah.
So there's got to be
Optics.
really lightweight seats. So how are you going to do really lightweight seats?
Bicycle seats.
Okay. Uncomfy in your junk for a 200 kilometer drive, but yeah, go ahead and do it. Everyone blame Marcus for the chafing.
What the hell, Marcus?
You didn't say anything. I went first.
Yeah, you did go first.
And we'll see what happens next. I got an 8.
Okay. Well, he puts 4 bicycle seats on there. There's now 4 bicycle seats on a frame. Kizik, how are you contributing?
We're in an ice tunnel. We don't need to. I was hoping to like navigate it or add a computer, but then I went, no. We're in an ice tunnel. We need to be warm. I need it to be able to make like heat so that I am not extremely cold the whole way. Do you have some kind of like compressed thing? Brelix also hates this guy and is like real scared. Anytime he comes close to him, he's giving him like side eye and taking steps back because he's scared that he's going to put something else on his head or touch him or lick him again. And he's not. And he's read his notes, so he hates him even more from that. But he's describing like some kind of device that can either warm us or like melt some ice that has fallen in a tunnel. And he wants a real, because it's compressed air at that point, but it needs to catch on fire. So like, I don't know, do you have tanks of something that can catch on fire and keep us warm?
Okay. What kind of check are you doing?
I was looking for vac suit, but that's not even close to a thing.
Unless you want to build suits that you guys can wear that will keep you warm while you're on the bike instead of working on the vehicle. Because what you described to me sounded a lot like flamethrower, which I would have been like, heavy weapons is a good skill for that.
Yeah. Relics would love to make people vac suits, like emergency suits or environmental suits.
Yeah, you can try to duct tape something together. It's going to be more of an environmental suit, and it's definitely going to be ad hoc, but you can try to build those. Keeping warm will be important.
7 + 1 education is an 8.
There you go. There's some duct tape and insulated parts, vac suits. They are not environmental suits. They're not pretty, but they work. Ghost.
You can tell me this is a cop-out, but as someone who's actually done it in real life, when someone is building something and they have to weld it together, it helps when they've got someone physically capable of holding 2 pieces very, very straight and, like, together. I want to roll an endurance or a strength to hold things while it's being welded by Herkimer.
Are you telling me that you're a girder bender?
Yes.
Okay.
I look at the bubble on the level and I'm like, yes, this is straight. I will hold it like this while you tack it together.
Okay.
That only gives me a +1. I rolled a 5, so that's a 6 total.
It turns out you're not as good at holding it still as you thought because your fur keeps catching on fire.
Oh god.
And it also turns out that Aslan, when their fur is on fire, can't help but drop whatever they're holding and try to put themselves out. No dubs.
So I'm actually working with the guy to actually try and get the. We're trying to work on the assembly of the actual device so that way it's actually foldable. It's something that can be stored in a relatively small package.
Oh.
That can actually be expanded.
Instead of building it on site, you want to fold it out and deploy it. That's awesome. Yeah, what are you going to use skill-wise for that?
So we're actually going to use my mechanic skill to actually go through and work on the chassis to make sure that it actually can be hinged together and secured in such a way where it's still strong.
Mechanics, then.
Correct.
Yeah.
Build a frame out of a pull-out couch.
I'll be right back.
There, I rolled. Fucking jeez.
Wasted that.
I can't believe that. Cosmo and Wanda, you let me down.
Dubs, what'd you get? Looks like it's a good roll.
10.
Oh yeah. So this thing is super compressed. You can fold this thing down, and you guys aren't even going to have to assemble it at all. Like it'll fold completely to fit within the drawer.
Hell yeah, Tubbs. Good job.
So Herkimer rolled boxcars. For the record, he loves the Blob. Can't help but be around the Blob. Thinks the Blob is fascinating. Also tastes good. So he's constantly trying to get Bralex to like help him out. And he gives him a programmable piece to work with, and they work on it together, much to Bralex's dismay. But because he rolled boxcars, you guys end up with a super powerful motor. And basically, it's an electric drill that's got this programmable overrider on it. And he hands you like 6 batteries for it. And he's like, you're probably going to need these for the thing. But you guys now have what is, in essence, a 4-wheeled tracked sled with 4 bicycle seats on it, powered by an electric motor that can go stupid fast, and some homemade racing suits that Kizik has put together. The Kizik's built racing suits are heated, and they take the same batteries as the little cart.
That's good to know.
And if you get mine, it's wet on the inside.
And how many batteries do we have total?
He hands you like 6, and there's going to be 1 in each suit, so that's going to be 10 total.
Right. Let's get this thing folded up and put it in the bug.
He was super excited about the building montage. You've made Dr. Herkimer's day. Don't die, guys!
You too.
He really wants us bug reports. Feature requests?
He's already trying to name the little track buggy you guys have built. Some of his names, though, not so flattering. Suicide Machine was in the top 3.
Well, it might be Murder Machine when we fly this thing. Not in a cool, good way. We're the murderers.
I mean, I've always dreamt of flying an ornithopter.
Yeah, but can you fly one?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Have studied and been in flight simulators, and
But can you fly one?
I'm answering your question. I 100% have studied and know everything there is to know about flying this prototype ornithopter. Maybe I don't. I mean, it should still work like your traditional ornithopter.
Do we have time to practice this out to make sure that he can actually do this right? Anybody?
Put the seatbelt on.
Yeah, a parachute or something.
Yeah, look around for a parachute.
Now, we already established we don't know how to parachute, otherwise we'd be doing the Halo thing.
That's true, but I don't need to know how to do it just to be comforted by having one.
Agreed, yes. I mean, a falling pull cord, I think that kind of explains itself, at least in that scenario.
I trust you, Brelix.
Marcus, can sit up in front.
Good, I don't want to be the first person to hit this cliff. I'll be behind you. I'll be the second person to hit the cliff.
Yeah, he said it was really fast, too.
Oh god, oh god. Hylar does like a religious symbol that he's never done before as he gets into this thing and buckles in, closes his eyes, and then just whispers to himself over and over again.
So it's a 4-seater in the cab. And it's like climbing into a sedan-sized car cab. So you're not like super scrunched in because, you know, Bralex is pretty small. But the rest of you, it's, you know, you're thinking about having to do a multi-hour trip in this thing and you're like, it's going to be a little tight. It's not like you can stop at a gas station on the way and stretch your legs.
But you don't need to stretch legs because you're on bicycle seats. You can stretch them whatever you want.
No, you're not on bicycle seats.
Oh,
that's
the other vehicle.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Now, we could get you a bicycle for here.
No, we're good.
Are we just going to jump straight to flying it, or are you going to try and make it fly itself?
I'd like it to fly itself. You said it was semi-autonomous 100% of the time, 60% of the time. That's bad math. Hold on. He talks so fast, sometimes I forget what he's saying. Does it have a smart interface? Ornithopter, what is your name?
It's not that smart. It does have a map in front of you. And you can move the map and zoom in and out. It's like a Google Earth thing. And you can place a marker and press a button that says set destination.
Guys, this says it flies itself. I'm just going to set our destination here. Does it have sticks right here in front of it too?
It does have manual controls. Also, where is here?
I'm clearly holding my hand about a foot in front of me, miming grabbing where control I think should be on a ornithopter. I apologize for not describing that with my mouth. Brelix is holding his hand about a foot in front of him and is kind of feeling for where he just intuitively thinks manual controls are. And he sees them, and he goes, the manual control backups are right here, and if anything happens, and then I'll just grab these, and I'll fly her in.
That wasn't actually what I meant. You said, I'm going to press the destination button to go to here. That doesn't tell me where here is.
Oh, got it. We're going to drift, right?
Yes, that's correct.
So you're going to push the button for drift.
Everybody's buckled up. I say for pushing the button for drift.
Okay. Give me a computers check. And I need you to roll me a percentile dice.
Computers is a 10. Percentile's a 31.
Okay. The ornithopter's wings start buzzing like an insect, and it, bzzz, and it lifts up off the ground. The Articulated legs retract in to the sides, and it zips off at an incredible accelerated rate. It's pulling like 3 Gs as it accelerates initially. So you guys are kind of pushed back into your seats, force of 3 gravities. And it's going to maintain that 3 Gs for probably about a minute and a half. So the speed at which you're moving is pretty incredible. Now, Braylix rolled a 10 on your computer's check. Take the effect of that check and add it to a check.
What kind of check you broke up?
A recon check.
You guys hear Hylar just yowl, a sound you've never heard him, like for a minute or a minute and a half. Just it's fucking annoying.
5 plus 2 plus 1 equals an 8. Got exactly an 8.
Very good. You notice the power from the batteries are draining exponentially. You did not specify that you wanted to get there intact. It's using all of its power to accelerate as quickly as possible.
I'm fighting G's to make that slider go down, and I need to do that first before submitting a bug report.
There are 2 ways in which you can affect this. You can try to correct the program, or you can take manual control.
I'm trying to program at plus 3 Gs. After about a minute of flying, I'm going to just try to manual override.
Okay. If you manual override, you don't have to do a check for the manual override. You do have to do a check to control the vehicle. So, programming is a computer's check. Manual override is an ornithopter check.
Oh man, Brelix is worried. Brelix is conservative. I think that means he's going to try to computers and rewrite the algorithm whilst sucking in his last air while hearing kitty cat scratches from behind him.
I love that you think that that's the better check. I'm conservative. I'm going to go with the thing that's more likely to get the party killed. Okay, let's do your computer's check.
That's a 5, 6, 7.
All right. This thing is not reprogrammed correctly. And to add matters worse, you've managed to program. So you thought you were programming the speed for the axis for the throttle, but really it was the roll. So now not only are you accelerating to this degree, but to try to compensate for the speed, it's instead of slowing the craft down, rolling you at increasing speeds while accelerating.
Yep.
Throws up.
I mean, everybody is probably on the verge, if not actually upchucking.
Sympathy puke. Bleh.
I try to hit myself. It doesn't work.
Jump for the fur balls, guys.
At this point, Brelix is going to take manual override and start trying to fly an ornithopter.
At this point, everyone's going to roll an endurance check.
Oh no.
Because
got a 3.
6.
12.
7. Ooh.
So Tubbs is the only person left.
12.
Yes, I heard you. Tubbs is the only person left awake on the ornithopter. Everyone else is passed out from high Gs. The machine is careening at 300 meters a second. It's actually moving so fast that the friction from the air is starting to heat up the canopy. And it's rolling. The entire party's life is in your hands. What do you do?
Fuck up, Kizik. Oh, it's actually Tubbs.
Yeah, it's
Don't
Tubbs.
fuck up, Tubbs.
Sorry, you guys broke up a little bit. I apologize.
They said don't fuck up.
Oh, okay. So I guess that's the part I missed. So what's going on?
You tell me you missed that whole explanation? Okay, I'll do it again. So
I got for some reason everything went like dark. I couldn't hear anybody for a second. So sorry.
it's the shock of having the entire party in your hands.
That's
But
what it is. Yeah, it had to be.
What I said was, Tubbs is the only person left awake. Tubbs is the only one who didn't just pass out just now from the accelerated lateral Gs that are coming across. What that means is that this machine is careening at 300 meters a second. The front canopy is going so fast that the air molecules are heating it up like re-entry. And it is going to careen into the ground if you don't do something and kill the entire party, including yourself. The entire party's well-being in life and TPK rests entirely on you, Tubbs. You need to do something to rectify the situation.
Okay, so I imagine this is because we were already kind of goofing with the controls and decided to do some crazy stuff, and we're careening towards the ground. I'm assuming that there are some type of flight controls or stick inside the vehicle.
Yes, we did establish that.
All right, just making sure. Okay, so I'm actually going to grab a hold of the stick and the pedals, and I am going to pull as hard as I can to level out the vehicle.
Okay. I'm going to make this a dexterity check because you are crawling over top of Braylix, who's in the piloting seat, to do this, while the machine is moving at an incredible 3G maneuver. This would be difficult for a triathlete to do, but it's not a terrible plan. Let's see if it works. Give me a dexterity check.
We have got an 11.
All right. That's very good. So you get on the controls. You start to try to level things out. Now, I know you probably don't have this as a skill, and that's okay. You're going to get a +2 because the controls would give you a +2 to Ornithopter because it's got an agility of 2. So give yourself a +2, which probably leaves you at a -1 because you don't have the skill, to Ornithopter to try to level the aircraft out.
Okay, and what characteristic are we using with this Ornithopter skill?
Piloting is always a dexterity check.
Copy. Oh, gosh. All right, so we got a 5.
Okay, that's still not too bad. I didn't expect you to fully pass it. So you slowly start rolling things down. Marcus, Braylix, you both wake up. Hylar's still out cold. Marcus, I don't know what's going on with you, but Braylix, Tubbs is in your lap trying to work these controls, but he's at an awkward angle, so he's literally got one hand on the stick and he's pushing the rudder pedals with his other hand while he's craning his neck to try to see over the dashboard. It is the most awkward scenario you've ever seen. Probably just saves your life, though.
And I reach out to grab it, but there's a person in my lap, and I go, I can let me do the feet. All right, we're gonna switch off. Are you ready?
Anytime you're ready, please help.
All right, and I watching the dials. I don't know how many dials there are in here, but I'm gonna try to stabilize the craft.
Okay, give me an Ornithopter check. It's +2 because of the agility.
That's a 7.
Well, you're not going to completely get it stabilized, but it is going to slow.
Slow it down a little bit. You're still on my knee right now. Actually, you're stepping on my tail. Hold on.
Hylar wakes up. Ooh, roll a bonus dice just to see if that would do it for you, because you are being assisted, technically.
That makes it a 7, 8, 9.
Oh, you do level it out after a fashion.
Yeah, thanks for holding it steady while you were getting off of my tail, and I think we're okay.
Great. Gosh, I was just so scared. Everybody, I had to have been pure adrenaline just making me even be able to halfway pull this off. I'm so glad you guys woke up.
Thank you for saving our lives. I've got to focus now, and Relix looks at you, and then remembers he's flying, and then looks at you, then remembers he's flying, and then he locks in and is flying an ornithopter. Then he realizes, oh man, he's flying an ornithopter, and he goes, guys, have I ever told you this was one of my dreams? I've been studying these for so long.
Oh gosh, just pay attention to where you're going.
Yeah, we're going forwards. We're not going super fast. It's not drawing all of the things. Apparently, the computer program said that we should get there, but I should have specified that we should have gotten there intact, and that is not the default setting. I probably should have read that manual more, but it was terrible to read because he started here and then he went there, and then I lost all of the things. And I was going to write out, there were so many grammatical errors, and then he was using shorthand on top of shorthand. There were nested acronyms, which is a cool thing, but not when you're trying to learn about something.
I picked the wrong day to stop doing drugs.
You stopped?
I didn't bring any with me.
You've got drugs that change the color of your skin. How come you didn't use that when we were trying to infiltrate?
I tried to dye my hair and it didn't work. Right now, I just want to punch myself in the face enough to go back to sleep so that this ride can be over. I'm terrified.
It's much more stable now, and if I submit the right bug request, hopefully the next release of the feature will help us out.
My fur is standing up on end. I'm not liking any of this right now. I was preferring being knocked out.
On the horizon, after several hours of flight, a small speck of shacks buried in the ice comes into view. The town of Drift is an Arctic, desolate ghost town with very few actual inhabitants. There's a few ground vehicles and a couple landing pads for air rafts or vehicles like yours. And what looks like a rather large complex that houses, amongst other things, what looks like underground rail station.
I'm gonna set her down in one of those things, or should we set her down in the Arctic and track in?
Seen in Drift either. We don't want any connection, right?
That is an option.
Can you park outside?
Yeah, I mean, I can give it a shot. Snowbank or rocky outcliff, or what are my options?
Were you just describing what was going to kill us? Can you please be more specific and maybe land it in a safer place?
Yeah, 100%. I was asking to see, like, what can I see around me? What is a safer place to land a ornithopter?
So you've got some ice plains around. You've got a couple of flat areas with... So there's not a lot of vegetation here to begin with, but you got a couple flat areas that you suspect might be frozen over lakes or water of some kind. In this area, they would be permafrost. They would never thaw, so it would be pretty thick ice. And then there are some rocky outcroppings. One of the things you're going to notice, though, is that there are already people like out there kind of pointing. This is not a subtle vehicle. So you've been spotted by the townsfolk.
Too late. Go land.
Yeah, that sounds right, Marcus. And I fly in a little bit closer and look for one of those landing pads.
Okay, there's a couple of them readily available. Give me one more ornithopter check for shits and grins.
7 + 2 is a 9.
You safely touch down, your little landing gear legs extend. There's some shocked locals that are running up to like trying to figure out what kind of fuel or power cables you might need, and realizing that your solar panel, they're kind of like confused even further, but like they've never seen a vehicle like this, so they're just kind of like, dude. And as you guys climb out of the vehicle into the town of Drift, that's where we're going to call the episode for today. What you guys think?
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. That was cool. A lot of fun.
I
It's definitely riveting.
I as your GM, do take notes on the things that you want to do. Specifically when you create lore or put, I don't know, a point in Ornithopter on the off hope that you will get to fly one.
A giant, bright, multicolored bug ship.
That wasn't specified. So I did try very hard to give you guys stuff, that you have asked for. But this episode, for me, was a combination of comical and painful in that regard. Because I was trying so hard to give you guys some of the things that you asked for. Like with the Herkimer stuff. He always, from the very beginning before I knew the name of the bounty was going to be Russo, I knew that Herkimer was going to be there with that vehicle to provide you with these options, because Ghost had created him and really wanted a Doc Brown style character. I hope that I did him justice.
You sure did. That was awesome. Herkimer was awesome.
You did very good.
But also, Kizik has been asking for 3 campaigns to use in Ornithopter. So I give him one, and I say, hey, do you want to fly your Ornithopter? And he says, I don't know. I think I'd rather reprogram 103 Gs of force this subtle software glitch while I'm careening at 300 meters a second towards the ground.
That was an awesome choice.
The GM gave me the skill that I specifically put in my sheet for this as an option, and I'm like, no, I'm gonna assume the safer route is not to do that.
That's a single skill roll this game, so there's that.
Yeah, well, I mean that just means you got all Rex's luck.
Yeah.
You rolled a box cards when it wasn't anything.
Yeah, it wasn't even a real roll. That was just like rolling for fuck's sake.
Oh, you guys did some great strategizing there. Oh yeah, and so giving one of you all the data. So first off, good job actually giving all the data by using note cards to all the players. That was one of the key things that I wanted to see you do, and that is very important that you were able to do that. But generally, when I give you a puzzle, I'm never going to give you a puzzle where the pieces aren't on the board. I might make you make a couple of leaps of logic, but I'm going to lead you to them. I'm not going to expect you to just randomly guess them. So when I said you have all the pieces right here already for the puzzle, like you guys just kept guessing new things, and I was like, I don't know what, like I as the GM didn't know what to do there. So I'm just letting you know, like puzzle like that, I gave you a card, everything you needed was on that card, all you had to do was put it all together. A lot of my puzzles are like that. I try not to do them like that. I try to actually do it so that the player can say anything, and if you make a good roll, it kind of works. But that isn't always possible. Like in this specific case, I really needed you to find a specific piece of information and use a specific piece of information. So I gave it to you, you know, like spelled out on paper. And you guys talked yourselves out of it. So be a little bit more confident, or, you know, just, you know, don't be afraid when you have an idea. Because that's really where you hung yourselves up, is a couple times you guys said the right thing and then said, oh no, but for blah, blah, blah reason, it can't be that. You know, in a situation like that, it wouldn't have hurt just to try it. You know, just poke it, just try it. And it's a little bit different if it's like, hey, if you fail this roll, someone's going to die. That's obviously a different scenario. Like, O-Dubs, also congratulations on saving the party from a TPK. There were two potential options there. Had you gotten closer to the ground, I would have prompted you and said, there is an eject button. I would have allowed you to potentially eject everyone from the craft in the middle of the Arctic.
Nice.
Which wouldn't have resulted in their immediate death. But you did the right thing. You managed to save the party. So we all had really good goes here. I think that that came out pretty good.
Thank you, gentlemen. It was a good time.
Channeling my F-16, you know, experience there, just a little.
I don't remember ever climbing upside down in the cockpit of an F-16 to push the rudder pedals with my hands. I don't.
Oh no, it was just pull up, you know, that kind of thing.
I thought it was shoot your buddy kind of thing. Oh wait, too soon.
He doesn't.
Hey,
he can't.
I didn't have that option.
He can't illegally equip AMRAMs on this yet.
Yeah,
So-
I didn't have the option available to me. Plus, it would have shot myself because all my friends were in the, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Ah, got it.
Anyway, thanks everybody for stopping by, and we'll see you next time.